reacted to a couple months ago, or at the beginning of the offseason. It was really a month ago. Hold up. Dude, that needs to stop. You're making him scream, bro. You're like, you wait until I go live to go be loud. Y'all weren't even loud before.
You're just a few months old. When you first took a suit.
Well, get back out and get your phone.
It was just a show.
Micah.
Didn't mean it. He loves me.
Chill, baby. Alright. Little boy's going wild. Alright, so yeah, there's a video that I want to pull in here and react to that I actually have already done, but it's actually really perfect on what the Cowboys got going on right now since they didn't draft a wide receiver. What up, Billy? What's good? What's good? The title's on the line for the Battle Royale. I hear you, bro. There's a Battle Royale in NXT tonight. That's dope. That's dope. What it do, brother? What it do? This is a video by JFO, Justin Tuck. I think it's, what's the name of his channel? CFO Sports. That's the name of his channel. If you end up liking it, go check him out. Puts out good content. What up, Eagles fan? What's good, brother? What it do? What it do? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to take the chat off the screen because sometimes y'all be saying some wild stuff, and that's irrelevant to the content. But yeah, we're going to get into this. This is a video concerning maybe why the Cowboys didn't draft a wide receiver. Maybe they had a reason why. Now, there is rumors, obviously. Hold on. Dude. Like, really? There are rumors that the Cowboys, have been in trade talks. We all thought it was George Pickens because they said the AFC North, well, the guy that's been talked about being traded. Little did we know it was actually the guy from Baltimore that they were talking about. I can't remember his name, but there was a guy in Baltimore that they were talking about. And then, obviously, Jameis Williams was another player that they were talking about trading. And then DJ Moore. But let's get into this. Like I said, this video was actually a month ago. I reacted to it shortly after it came out. And, but yeah, like I said, it pertains really well to the situation and maybe why the Cowboys didn't draft a wide receiver. Well, let's get into it here. See, now he's already done brought up the name, so obviously we know who this is going to be mostly about in this video. Jonathan Mingo. The Cowboys may have already valued him since they gave a 4th-round pick to acquire. Maybe they already value him as the wide receiver too. This is something we don't know. But as we get closer to training camp, we are still lacking a real wide receiver number 2. Really what we need are 2 ones to be like A and B. Kind of like what they got with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Those are 2 ones. That's a 1A and a 1B. Devontae being the 1B because he's just barely hitting that 1 mark. But you still classify him as a 1B. We don't have a guy that's a 2. Let alone a 1B for sure. Jalen Tolbert hasn't shown us much. Jonathan Mingo isn't really that he hasn't shown us much. He hasn't really had the opportunity. He played 1 full year, I believe, with the Panthers, and then they had a coaching switch, and then he didn't get played as much the following year, and then we got him, and then he didn't play much with us. So he's really an unknown to me. At Ole Miss, he was a really good player in college, so this could pan out to be a very good player. It's an unknown. And for me, I kind of would like for my wide receiver number 2 to not be an unknown. I want to know he's going to show up and be able to do his job. But I'm going to get back into this here. What up, Mr. Palab? What's good? What's good? I don't agree with that statement with Shador. Shador's doo-doo. But hey, if you want to watch the actual video, bro, check it out. Look, we are live right here. You need to go to the channel up here. Click the channel name up here. Go to the channel. There's two live streams. You want to go to the one that has the red alarm bell. If you don't see both of them, there's a banner that says shorts, live, reels, post, whatever. Hit live on that. You'll see them both. My friends keep saying CD is trash, and I'm like, bro, be quiet. You can't be talking because he's favorite receiver is Amari Cooper. Yeah. CD has already outplayed Amari. Tomorrow night. Oh, I got you. Tomorrow night. You watching AEW. I hear you, bro. I hear you. All right, we'll get back into this video here. Now that we know it's pertaining about Jonathan Mingo. We know Justin Tuck's a pretty smart guy. We know that he knows we need a wide receiver too. A lot of Justin Tucks, or J Tuck, my bad. I don't know why I'm calling him Justin Tuck, confusing him with the kicker. Shouldn't be doing that. Sorry about that, J Tuck. Or at least not confusing you, but confusing your name. And that's my mistake. But yeah, J Tuck, I agree with a lot that I've seen him put out in his videos and his takes and everything that he does in his breakdowns. So, I mean, there ain't a whole lot that I'm going to probably disagree with in this video, but I may have a different outlook and a different outtake on what he's thinking. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Eagles fan, CD's a top 5 receiver, and I consider all the top 5s damn near equal. Yeah, we don't understand it. Yep. It's true. I think he looked really good in Ole Miss. Yo, what up, Mark Allen? What's good, everybody over here? Just a real quick update, just to let you guys know, there is 2 streams. You're on the alternate stream. This is the main stream where you'll get to see the audio. If you just click my name up here at the top, you go to the channel, there's a little banner that has live, post, share, whatever. Hit live. You'll see there's 2 live streams. You want to go to the one with the red alarm bell in the title. Where's Kevontae Turpin at for wide receiver 2? I think that Kevontae Turpin is going to get a whole lot more. Hold on. Dude, can you stop yelling? You need to go to your room. Actually, I already told you. You need to go take a shower.
He keeps licking me.
Well, even more reason to take a shower. Mikey, you need to leave your brother alone. You're about to get your butt whooped. Well, you need to stop. I don't know why you're continuing to be bad. Now you're nagging on Mama. Alright, sorry about that, chat. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. Alright. But yeah, I think Kevontae Turpin is going to get a whole lot more playing time as a wide receiver this year. But we haven't used him to the ability that I think he could have. I thought Brandon Cooks was a bad idea because I thought we could have used Turpin then for that. That was 2 years ago. This man was an MVP at wide receiver in the XFL, whatever it was, the CFL, whatever league he was in. It doesn't matter. It's hard to be the MVP, period. And this man did it at the wide receiver position. Not at the punt return position, but at the wide receiver position. So obviously he knows how to roll the position. It's the playbook you got to get used to. And by now this man should have it down. Kevontae Turpin, I want to see a lot more passing opportunities for him. But I still think that we need a true number 2 wide receiver that's been proven as a number 1 or a number 2 in the past. Kavontae Turpin. Yeah, dude, Kavontae Turpin is the fastest man in the league. He's got 4.2, early 4.2 speed. He's faster than Brandon Cooks. Hold on. Alright, sorry chat. Sorry chat. You need to stop having an attitude. Just ignore him. Well, you're about to get in trouble, little boy. I'm gonna put you in Melo's cage. Alright, sorry about that. Again, kids are acting unruly tonight for some reason. Just seems like as soon as I go live, they want to start acting unruly. Because they weren't this loud prior. Joe Henry, remember the TNT champion in WrestleMania? Yeah, I got you. I remember. Appreciate the update. You need to cut it out. Stop. I'm gonna send you upstairs. I don't care if you sit there. You ain't gotta scream either. And leave your brother alone. Then sit there. As a Eagles fan, I feel it's great to be Kermit and Pooh. Yeah, I hear you. I understand. Yeah, not to dig at Billy there. But yeah. What up, Emma? What's good? What's good? Emma, hit the channel and go to the other live stream. You're in the alternate. You need the one with a red alarm bell as the title. Alright, so let's get back into this. But yeah, Kavontae Turpin, I think, has a hell of an opportunity. We haven't got to see it yet. So, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. You're gonna stop yelling. Do you hear me? Hey, do you hear me? Stop. I'm gonna put you in Melo's cage if you don't stop being bad. You don't have to yell. You can talk without yelling.
Stop it.
Look.
Gator.
Well, you need to be quiet. You're being loud.
My
Well, go get it.
No, my bottle. You want 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 my bottle. Kitten.
I'm gonna back it up here.
My bottle and kitten. My bottle and kitten. My bottle and kitten.
I mean, and this is hard to determine much off of in the Dallas Cowboys tape because I think he didn't get no more than 4 catches as a Cowboy player. Maybe 6 opportunities, but I think it might have only been 4 and 4.
My bottle and kitten.
It's in the sink.
No, and kitten. My bottle and kitten. My bottle.
Can you get him a bottle?
Dude.
Can you get him a bottle?
I don't even know where your bottle is.
I don't know, man. Each year there's been a team that's trying to ban it. It's getting closer and closer to getting banned, though. But that's not the point. The Cowboys said, hey, hopefully now we can do it. I don't know. That's besides the point. But that's just a statement Jerry Jones made, and we all know that we don't listen 100% to whatever Jerry Jones is saying. He does make sure that he's open. What up, Taylor? What's good? What's good? And I think he can be that big physical guy. It's just still the question mark is, will he be able to be a number 2? I think Jonathan Mingo has some great potential, and I know Jay Tuck is not saying that he thinks that they are. He's saying that maybe the Cowboys are thinking this way. So that's what he's implying. He's not saying that he believes that, because he said in the beginning that he thinks it's pretty much foolish.
Please go away.
Yeah, I know, but hey, last year's team is not this year's team, Eagles fan. I'm just going to let you know that. Last year's team on every team is not this year's team. There is a minimum of a 30% changeover rate throughout each team in the NFL's offseason. You are going to lose about 30%, whether that be players and coaches or players or coaches. You're going to lose up to 30% of your roster each year for turnover. So this year's team is not next year's team, and last year's team is not this year's team. We have to judge this year based on this year. A lot of people try to blend it, but you really can't, because there may be a core base that stays, but for the most part, teams are different each year in some type of manner. What up, Jace? What's good? What's good? You in the wrong stream, brother. Hit the channel and go to the other stream. There's 2 of them. You got to go to the one with the red alarm bell, Jace. Now, that wasn't my take. I wanted Trey Lance to play more than Cooper Rush last year. We knew what Cooper Rush was. We knew if Cooper Rush had a good offensive line and a run game and a good defense, he could play football. He could drive that bus. He was no outstanding. He's not an average QB. He's a good backup. He is a good backup quarterback that can run a system. What?
The toilet is overflooding.
Turn it off.
I don't know how.
The little stop down at the bottom on the floor. Hold on 1 second, Chad. Sorry. Grab my auger. Putting too much in it.
Okay, so let's see what people keep saying. The Parson is gonna be traded to the Steelers for TJ Watt. Here, X6 Carnage.
I'm trying to hit you with it, dude. You're pooping water on you.
There's poop water on here?
On you.
Huh?
On you.
No, there ain't. I didn't.
Thought I was off of work. Alright, sorry about that. What up, Carnage?
I definitely wasn't in
What's
the
good? What's good? You better stay out of my stuff, dude.
I think you can have the chat.
I tell you, I am trying to take my channel seriously. You
They're
need
fighting.
to stop. I don't care what they're doing.
I tell them to stop fighting.
Okay, cool. Alright.
Help.
Alright, we'll get back into this. So, yeah.
Mom.
Take that away.
I'm done.
With that, all that noise. What up? Yeet! Yeet! But yeah. I wanted them to play Trey Lance more. I knew what Cooper Rush was. We had a question mark with Trey Lance and needed to know if he was worth bringing back as a backup or if not. Now, at the end of the day, we let him go, but the rumors came out that we tried to sign him back and his agent and him declined the offer. So, and it was probably because they thought that they were going to get the opportunity when Dak went down. That didn't happen. So, I feel he should have had that opportunity. That should have been his chance to show whether it's the Cowboys or the NFL what he has. The NFL already knew what Cooper Rush was. We had already seen him plenty. I wanted to know, and I honestly thought that the run game with Trey Lance could have been better, and we probably could have won a couple more of those games with Trey Lance than Cooper Rush. Now, obviously, with Dak, I would say we probably win 3 of those games, but that's besides the point. But let's get back into this video, because getting off topic and everything. Defense is all over him. That is a pretty pass. Exactly. And that was my thought. I don't know how good or not he is, but I'm not going to act like he can't play if his ass made it to the NFL. I think he should get the opportunity. So Jonathan Mingo is 6'2", 225, and was a dog coming out of Ole Miss. Really. So we get some Panthers view on what he's done. It's him in the run game. It probably is. That is a good block. So maybe this is why the Cowboys felt like they didn't need to go after a wide receiver in the first round. Maybe they feel like they have their number 2, that they spent a 4th round draft pick on a previously 2nd round drafted wide receiver.
Daddy.
Alright, yeah, go play. Or just not be loud. So maybe that's their thought process. I don't know. I hope it's not, because I really feel like we need to go trade at this point for a wide receiver that has been proven in that position. Maybe we bring back Amari Cooper. Maybe he's still got some in his tank that he can give us. He is a very crisp route runner. He's never been a speed guy to begin with. So as long as he still knows how to use his leverage, which we know based on how he can run his routes, that is a possibility. Come on, J Tuck, play the video. What up, Mark Allen? Yeah, we got 2 in the undrafted free agents. I think Jay Toya is going to show a lot of people. I like DJ Moore. I'm not opposed to that, Mark. Not opposed to that at all, brother. But we did pick up Jay Toya late in the draft, and we got 2 or 3 other DTs that were undrafted free agents. So right now we got a pretty deep nose tech or 1 tech or 3 tech room. And I think Jay Toya is going to surprise a lot of people with his rotation and in and out with Mozzie. So we have gotten better at that room. It's a lot of young talent. Yeah, Toya. I like Toya. I think he's going to be a dog, man. Something about them Samoan boys, man. They got like freakish athletics. It's crazy. They be super big but still be super hella athletic. Shout out Eagles fan with the 99 donation, the 99-cent donation. Shout out, brother. Big love. But yeah, I'm not opposed to DJ Moore. I mentioned his name. Yeah, I mentioned DJ Moore, James Williams from Detroit, and Pickens, but I don't think they were talking about Pickens. From what I understand, they were talking about a wide receiver out of Baltimore, Bateman, I believe. They were talking about, I can't remember his name, Rashad Bateman out of Baltimore is who they were talking about when everybody thought that they were talking about George Pickens, including myself. Now I'm hearing rumors that George Pickens rumor was never a George Pickens rumor. It was a Rashad Bateman rumor that people just confused because they said a receiver out of the AFC North. You're a fool, Carter. Always got something to say. Always negative. Yeah, you could definitely tell. Did he try to cut it back across his face? No, he don't even sell it good. He still gets the tub. I say it looks like a dub. I think he could have used his leverage in that route running ability to give himself some more room. I totally agree. He could have easily took one more step to the outside to sell the outside and then cut it back across his face to take it inside, he would have had just that little bit more space. Because at that point, that corner has to turn his hips, and then he has to recover from turning it. It gives you that split second there where the receiver, because he didn't sell it, was able to get his hand on it, or the cornerback was able to get his hand on it. But had he sold that route better, he probably would have had that split second more where the receiver would have just missed, or the cornerback would have just missed getting his hand on it. Yes, sir, Messi. What it do? What it do? You being good. You're doing good. And he stutter step. He should. Let's see what he gets off of it. I would have tried to split them. He should. He set him up good, but I would have tried to split him. Because then if I get through him, then I have a blocker up here. But oh, that's a ref. My bad. That's a ref up here. So yeah, he went the right way. Because these guys are 10 yards back. Yeah. He lost his momentum. See, in my opinion, if he didn't try to cut it back here, which it seemed like a decent move first, but he just didn't get much yardage off of it, and he should have got more, in my opinion. But had he just kept his momentum going forward, there's a chance that both of these receivers both of these cornerbacks miss him. If they both miss him at that point, the third one's blocked. Who knows? Especially if you have an extra gear that you can kick it into when you're already going at a higher speed. But then when he broke it down, he lost all momentum carrying him in that direction. So that's unfortunate. Had he been a little bit faster, I guess he could have gotten more across the middle. But man, they cut him off quick. That guy gained like 10 yards up to Mingo's 1 yard. That was pretty bad. And it looked like he was stutter stepping it. Like Mingo looked like he was stuttering there, confused. See, right here, when he gets to right here, he kind of stutter steps again and embraces the hit instead of just trying to keep his momentum. He slows himself down to embrace the hit instead of just not worrying about the hit. Just keep your ass going. Don't care about. Don't look back. You looking back, you're losing speed. You need to keep looking forward. Don't worry about the people behind you. They're either gonna chase you and catch you, or they not. Oh yeah, that's right. Did the I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But you talking about the schedule release came out today? I'll have to pull that up. Oh, did you throw muffins in my chair, dude? You throwing muffins, bro. Is there more than one?
No.
Oh yeah, I should be able to pull that up easy. I think I already have it preloaded. I think I have that preloaded already. Yeah, he should have went for the end zone. Why is he running it out? I get that his lean is backwards. And maybe his balance was too, but a lot of receivers would have tried to do that cutback spin move. Welcome back, welcome back. Yes, sir, yes, sir. And I don't think either of them are technically a number 2 wide receiver. Tolbert or Mingo at this stage. Can they be? Maybe. Maybe, but I'm tired of the maybe. I want my number 2 receiver to be I know he's going to go do his job. I ain't even questioning his ass. Yeah, May 14th. You're right. You're right. No, we got the time on it too. We'll drop that too when that comes out. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to drop that down. I'm going to go ahead and get that out the way. Yeah, we'll go ahead and I believe I have it already available. Alright, load shit, damn. Taking forever. Forever. There it is. Oh wait, no, that's the draft picks. Shit. I believe I do have it. Just give me a second. What up? What's up, Didi? What's good? Welcome in. Alright, I'm gonna try to pull something up now, because yeah, that's the draft picks. I thought I had the schedule preloaded too, but I don't, so I should be able to pull it up pretty quick, because I know I do have it on my the stream. What up, Star Dashian? What's good, brother? I'm gonna have to redirect it so that there's no echo. So hold on 1 second. Just take me a second. I just gotta get it pulled back up and not stream the audio. That way you can hear it.
And the first round draft pick at slot number 12, Tyler Booker from Alabama, and his athleticism.
Y'all hear the audio just fine still?
And it's true. He is not that kind of athlete. It's true. He's big and he's smart and he's mean and he loves football and he's great and he's fantastic. All these wonderful things. But athleticism that you measure at the scouting combine, he's not that.
Father Time is undefeated.
He's not that. Run the ball. This isn't bad news. This is good news. Somebody did, I think it was Tommy Arish at DallasCowboys.com, did an interview with Bill O'Brien. And our man Lando was on this and also did some analysis of this. He plays athletically. O'Brien and the offensive coordinator at Alabama says, there's nothing
When you need to take your
that
medicine.
we were limited by regarding his so-called
really
lack
supposed to
of
take a shower.
athleticism. Timothy Arnold, how athletic does a fat guy in a phone booth need to be? And it's true. We don't really care about his 40 time, do we? What's his vertical leap? Well, vertical leap does measure explosiveness, but
Micah.
he is explosive. Mark H. Hey, Uncle Fish, just want to say you're the best Cowboys news informer around. Straight dope, no bullshit. I appreciate that.
That's his saying. Straight dope, no bull. Fishing news at 6.
He's athletic enough. Here's the Alabama offensive coordinator saying, we ran this play, we ran that play. We ran in, we ran out. He pulled, he did all the things you need to do. Blessed, turn on the film and see what happens. And I would encourage all of us that are into it to go by all of it. I want his combine numbers. I want his hand measurement. I want to know his relationship with his mom. I want to know all of it. But the bottom line is, wasn't he kind of the best offensive lineman in the SEC for like 3 years? Jim Laws is here. What? Jim Laws, who's working through a little surgical issue. Glad to hang out. Steve from Dallas, from Texas. Fish, I have the I Watch Film shirt from the Uncle Fish store. Does that qualify? That's as close as most of us are going to get. David Dobbins.
See, now he's an uncle, not me. I mean, I've been an uncle since I was 7, but that's besides the point.
Uncle Fish Premium. It's straight from squat to upright.
He calls himself uncle. I don't call myself nobody's uncle.
It's not launching your time into the air. That's right. Now,
unless they're my real nieces or nephews.
Larry Allen is one of the greatest athletes to ever play guard in the NFL. It did help. Zach Martin is athletic. So it helps to be athletic. But I think what we're saying here is if you're so grand in these other areas, it doesn't hinder you to not be a guy who can,
Lay down.
you know, dunk a basketball over the back of his head. Although he might very well be able to do that.
Lay down.
Item 3. Cornerback starters.
Put no toys in his cage.
We did a project on this at at cowboyscountry.com.
No. He has one in his head.
With no digs to begin the season. You can book that. And the rookie Ravel trying to
What
get
up,
healthy
can
for the
opener?
start
What
of
it
the season.
do? Typical gamer. What's good? What's good? Nation
in the
over
spot?
here. DC for life.
Now that old J. Lou is gone.
Yeah, J. Lou, I think is going to be a bigger missing J. Lou this season. I think is going to be bigger than most people anticipate. He was a top-ranked nickel slot corner in the league, and was a surefire tackler. We used him on blitz packages. Like, that boy he's a dog. He's got heart. J. Lou from Detroit. There you go, Messi. J. Lou is from Detroit. Best thing that came out of Detroit. Jordan Lewis.
I've suggested Izzy.
Izzy McQuamu.
That he's completely different as a player than Jordan Lewis.
He's
Izzy,
taller.
Was he 6'4"?
Way
206?
taller. Jordan Lewis was like 5'9".
With a cornerback style. Can't that be the slot?
See, the knock on the bigger corners is that the bigger corners can't rotate their hips as smoothly and as fluently as the smaller corners. But most people like to have the rangy corner. It's hard to find a corner that's big and rangy and fluid with their switch of their hips. So it's toxic. There's a whole lot of delusion in the chat box over here, brother. It ain't just one or the other. It's the entire YouTube reject community that we are. But let's go. Back at Fishinies.
And then there's this. Izzy in the slot, big corner. That's worked here before. Right? That was a Dan Quinn thing. Linebackers and safeties sometimes interchangeable. Let's say Ravel or somebody can handle the starting quarterback spot opposite Bland.
I think there's more Cowboy fans than
And
non.
Izzy is the big corner.
Typical's a Cowboy fan. Carnage is a Cowboy fan. Can Opener, Cowboy fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. Walt's a Cowboy fan. Yeah, there is. But that's because I also invite other teams to come be a part, because I want the competition. I want the camaraderie throughout each game when we're playing, to be here talking trash like a normal tailgate. This is the online tailgate. We just in the off-season shenanigans. But once the online tailgate kicks off, when that football kicks in the air, whoever we playing, it's on. And then other games are other games, and we'll be watching them. No, I wish, Typical. I wish. One day I'll be there. One day. I didn't say you were. No, you passed the 21.
Oh, Micah keeps throwing stuff and hitting me.
Micah, you're about to get sent to your room, which is the bathroom. Mello, lay down. You need to sit down, Micah. I'm not chasing your little ass. I don't care to chase you.
Leave me alone.
You better stop hitting people, Micah. Unless you want to paddle. Sadly means because we've had some devastating seasons. Yeah, man, that's not possible unless your ass is Marilyn Manson. And their rumor is he removed 2 ribs to do so.
Corner in the slot. Or somebody else comes on and can play boundary corner. And then
Micah, it's going to be time for you to go to bed.
back in
Because
his
you're
slot
being
where he
bad.
first made his impact here. Forrest, we've written about the idea
without
of
messing with your brother and sister.
the Eagles and Amari Cooper, and my quick comment
You're gonna need to
on it
learn
is,
to.
most Cowboy fans who have paid attention don't want Amari Cooper here, but you don't want to play against him either. He's going to make.
I'm one of them. I'm not really a fan of bringing Amari Cooper back. I would if I had to, but I know that they left on bad terms. I know that there was a bad breakup there between the front office and Amari Cooper. I feel like he ain't going to give us his best shot because of how they did him. I don't feel they would even invite him back because of how they did him, or that he would want to come back because of, like, to me it just seems like there's a lot of disdain there. I'm not taking nothing away from his playing ability, but I feel like there's a lot of disdain.
One catch. He's going to make one catch one time. Kurt asks, why does the meet?
Okay, good night. Love y'all.
I doubt it'll play out like that, though, Messi. I doubt it'll play out like that. That's the... Messi, you understand that is, like, one of the only times that we've heard them talk about Jerry Jones's birthday during a football game? That's one of the only times I remember them talking about Jerry Jones's birthday during a football game. I know, Carnage, but to you, nobody is. So you ain't even a real Cowboy fan.
You keep pushing Amari Cooper back to Dallas. There's some sort of agenda.
You root against people on your own team.
Or somebody's ignorant of shrinkage. You guys were asking about Stephon Gilmore. At this early stage, don't need to do it. He's still sitting there. If he decides to go somewhere else, I don't think you're going, oh no, what are we going to do? If we get to training camp,
you're being bad, bro.
And you look around and you're saying, we're not liking
not
what
with
we're
how
seeing,
you've been bad.
Make that phone call. Jay Kelly, I want Coop. That's fine.
Eat your
as long
muffins,
as you
bro.
understand what you're getting into, which is a guy that wants $10 million, isn't going to get it.
No, they're not.
Somebody's going to offer him $1 million. He's going to have to take it and to be pissed. That's what you're going to get. And he's not going to play pissed. He's going to be pissed, if you know what I mean.
You're not putting those in the dog.
I don't hate Amari Cooper. I like Amari Cooper as a person. But I'm reporting on what the Cowboys scouts and coaches said about him in his last year and a half here. And it wasn't good.
Yes, I can, Carnage. It just ain't the Cowboys
Ron
stadium.
Slavin is the agent
And
for
that don't mean shit.
Quinn Ewers, the Longhorns quarterback. And he's good at his job.
But I can
He's,
drive to a
Big
stadium
Ben
that they're going to be
Good at
at.
his job, smart guy.
I can drive to a stadium that they will be at.
But also a guy who tells his truth, in my experience.
To a stadium I ain't never been inside of otherwise. But if the Cowboys are there, I'll go.
With Ron. I think he might have talked to Archer, and I think he might have gone on One Fight Through the Fan and said, Quinn Ewers not getting...
And where you can go and where you've been doesn't mean anything about who you are.
drafted any higher in the 7th round is chicken shit. Why? The agent says, by the way, as you know, before the Cowboys traded for Joe Milton, we reported here, Cowboys were very interested in Quinn Ewers, and not as a 7th round pick.
James, if Dak Prescott stays healthy, it's a minimum of 10.
At all.
Just look at his record.
That's over now. Obviously, he's in Miami, 7th round pick.
What up, Anthony?
When he came out of high school, #1 guy in the country. Goes to Ohio State, a little crowded there, goes to Texas, and competes just fine with Coach Manning.
Do what, Anthony?
So Quinn Ewers has got something. One of the things he's got now is some humble pie. This is going to be a first for him. Starting completely over. But the agent's saying the reason that people didn't draft him in the 4th round is because he's too big of a name. And they didn't want the
What's up?
distraction. In fact, again, Ron's my guy. I think it just happened. I don't know, pick a team. That some team looking for a dart throw and maybe a long-term backup, wouldn't that be something, was saying, no, Quinn Ewers is too much of a celebrity.
Same here.
to
Oh,
even do that.
same here.
I don't think that.
You don't name your children after a team if you're not a true fan. I got kids named after football players off the Dallas Cowboys. Retired and current. Where you live don't mean shit.
That was it. I don't know what it was, but I'm.
The team travels. The team travels. They don't always play in Texas. They play in other states. So you can go watch that team in other states. And the Super Bowl for the Cowboys won't never be in Dallas.
Not buying that one. How about Clinton?
But I'm done on that
Johnston,
subject,
TCU?
and I'm staying on subject.
We've written about this at cowboyscountry.com. He's a gigantic guy at 6'4" and
Damn, Anthony. Sound like you hurt
he can
yourself,
really
brother.
jump. So those measurables, remember he was a
And
late
your bike.
first-round draft pick from TCU to the Chargers a couple years ago, and it just hadn't worked. So this goes to something that you guys were talking about as we were getting wound up today, about Mingo and the other prospects here, about giving them a chance. Just because you want to give Mingo a chance, tell me I'm wrong. That doesn't mean you can't acquire, first of all, somebody who's clearly better, if they could do that, Keenan Allen. But it doesn't mean you need to quit acquiring other possibilities either. If they acquire a Keenan Allen, again, we know all the facts and figures here, or for the fun of it, they circle back to Pittsburgh and say, well, let's try
Damn,
again
that
on
sucks,
Pickens and they
brother.
acquire
Hopefully you get better.
Pickens. It's theoretical. That doesn't mean Mingo can't play. They still need somebody to do some things. So you keep going, you keep trying, you keep going. I don't know that I want to keep giving up valuable draft picks for it. At the same time,
It means more than not naming your kids after the team you love.
I'm looking at
Even had a dog named Dallas. Have had a dog named Dez.
Mingo and going, you know, had he been
And was a Cowboy fan before you.
back in this draft this year, he doesn't go in the second round anymore. He might go in the fourth round. So you kind of just used your fourth round pick just now on Mingo. That's not, if you look at it that way, it's not a failure yet. Item 6. Trayshawn Holden, Alabama and Oregon. That's his pedigree. He's got a relationship with a new wide receiver coach here. That's cool.
What were you, born right after the Super Bowl in 92? Or right after the Super Bowl in 93? Couple months
Did you see
later?
the story on Cowboys at cowboyscountry.com about the signing bonuses, the UDFA signing bonuses? And by the way, this is one of the reasons, it can be one of the reasons.
Yeah,
players are
hopefully
getting
not,
drafted in
brother,
the seventh
hopefully
round
not.
by a team that you might
Go
not
get
want
you
to.
checked out, though.
You might not want to get drafted at all, be a UDFA and pick your team. So they've got a handful of guys, the DB Elijah Clark from Syracuse. He got a $25,000 bonus. Okay. He got a guarantee though of $234,000. So some of the UDFAs, they said, here's $200,000, whether you make the team or not. Here's $200,000. Then they get down to Holden, a wide receiver that's got everybody excited. Why does he have everybody excited? Because he's done some interviews.
Yeah.
And he sounds really cool.
That was what the 92 Super Bowl was when I first started watching them and became a fan. Now, because when you were born, you don't even know what's going on. I have kids, Carnage. I know until 2 or 3, you don't even understand the concept. You don't understand. I was 5. 5, 7, and 10. For the first 3. And I watched all 3 of them.
Cool. That's why. None of us watched. We haven't been sitting around watching for the last year watching Trayshawn Holden film, right? He got nothing. He got a $3,000
All right,
signing
Toxic.
bonus.
All right.
And no guaranteed money. Now, maybe it's possible that's because Junior Adams told him, don't worry about the money, son. You're going to be on the practice squad here. I'm going to get you on the practice squad. It's possible. Or the scouting department said, we like this guy, you get 200. We like this guy, you get 175. And Holden, I know you want to knock everybody's heads off, and I know you're predicting big things for yourself, and I know you've accomplished some things, you got some pedigree. We're giving you 0. Because that's what happened. He $3,000 barely, I mean, that barely
I
gets
can
him an
post any
apartment
type
over
of
here.
pick from anywhere, brother.
Item 7, Najee. And I'm not going to name the sites that are still talking about the Najee Harris.
A flight only
to the
costs so
Cowboys.
much.
I'm just going to do it this way. Najee Harris got $5.3 million with the Chargers, and it's fully guaranteed. And they got him as a free agent, so they gave up nothing for him except his
All
contract.
right.
Now there's this
Toxic.
idea the Cowboys
Enough.
should trade for Najee, the former Steeler, who's a 1,000-yard-a-year bullish guy. Whoa, really? Why would I trade for him now when I could have just signed him for free before? And now that I've signed Javonte Sanders, drafted Blue, drafted one bad Mafa, I want to get another one? And give a pick for him? And guarantee him 5? No.
Yeah,
He's
I
being
don't.
lazy.
I've heard people talk about that they want to bring in another running back, another veteran running back, and I mean, only person I've really heard say it was Rome. I like some of his videos. I do disagree with what he said in there. I don't think that we need to bring in another running back. I think if we got our O-line solidified like we did, I think we should be able to run the ball with the pieces that we did pick up. Jadon Blue is really good. I think Phil Maffa is going to be really good. Now carry that over. You do have Jamison Williams and Miles Sanders. I feel like Miles Sanders will be the odd man out. I don't think he'll make the team. Rome also said that he thinks that Hunter Lipke will be cut. I don't think that's the case. He also plays in a different position. He's a fullback, not a halfback. So I don't think they're going to get rid of... I hear you, bro. I hear you, James. I don't think that they're going to get rid of Hunter Lipke either. But Miles Sanders... gone. We've already watched Malik Davis get released, so we'll see.
We've talked about this a lot on my thumbnails. Are my thumbnails designed to get you to go, I want to see this? Of course they are. Are my headlines at cowboyscountry.com, are they inviting you into the tent? Of course they are. But then once you come in the tent, it's straight dope, no bullshit. Once you come in here, I'm giving you Cowboy information in so many cases that you can't get anywhere else.
It's straight old
So yes,
geezer.
the idea is to be
Fish and
provocative. But Najee Harris should get traded to the Cowboys isn't provocative. It's just a lazy lie.
Ring
We
the
mentioned
bell.
strength of schedule at our quickie 5 o'clock program.
I didn't realize this was a
Warren Sharp,
22-minute
who's an
video.
analyst guy, predicts the Cowboys based on strength of schedule and other test tubes. Basically 7 wins this year. And I'm just going to ask you this question. We didn't get a chance.
Actually, Vegas has updated it. It has now been bumped to 8 wins with Vegas. Vegas has us now going 8 wins.
Like open forum.
But what does Vegas know
You
about
don't know
Dallas?
that,
Not
do
a
you?
damn thing.
You could bring cynicism and skepticism here, and it's understandable. They won 7 games last year. Do you think that this year they're going to be the same as last year? Do you?
Yeah, definitely get it looked at, Anthony, for sure.
Here's a house, Uncle Fish Premium, sitting on a tarmac watching this show. That's cool.
On the tarmac.
Energy, Fish, your thumbnails are click dope. And I mean,
Click
dope
dope.
means good
Click dope.
in the modern kids vernacular. 12-5, 9-8, 10-7, 50-50. Of course, you could almost not be 50-50. Let's win 12.
Carnage,
Course,
you
it
can't
depends
act
on
like
strength
you
of
weren't
schedule. I
rooting
just
for
told
the
you,
enemy
strength
to
of
win.
schedule.
What up, Sarah? Welcome in, welcome in.
Oh, we said it earlier. You have presently the 11th toughest schedule in the NFL.
Which is crazy that we have the 11th toughest schedule when we were one of the worst teams.
The reason is because you play Philly, wash. That's why.
I don't think Washington's a
who
worry.
says 6 to 10 wins? And Trav, that you realize you can't bet on that. Trav, why didn't you just go somewhere between 0 and 17 and really win the bet? Thank you. Item 9. Diggs is on thin ice. Again, a question that you have to ask yourself, and then the Cowboys can ask it too, and then you come to the realization they must have already asked and answered. If they cut Diggs, make him a June 1st posting, they gained $7 million worth of room. If they thought he was completely worthless, they would do that. If they thought his career was
I don't
over,
think they're
they would
cutting
do that.
Trayvon Diggs.
Apple in a roadmap will take the $7 million. No, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm confused. It's a $7 million kick in the crotch. That's what it is. After this season, it's $12 million opened up. If you say goodbye to him now, oh boy. And if you trade him now, there's no advantage. And as we said the other day, who'd want to trade for him? Just wait. Robert M. Diggs has missed 20 games. 21 games he's missed, actually. Just let the cake bake on this. Thin ice is a really provocative way to say it. It's just cool. Let's be as cool as ice. Let's let this thing unfold.
Why is Uncle Fish 20 years older than his thumbnail down here?
That
man's 20 years older than his thumbnail.
Scott Lynn, Uncle Fish Premium. Did the teams we beat get better than we did? What was
AI Fish in the photo down below.
I know this.
That's an AI
Here's what
fish.
you need to focus on.
I don't know if you guys can see my mouse.
Is Philadelphia as good as they were last year? And their roster is. Is Washington as good as they were last year? Their roster is better. That's real.
Will they get the luck that they got last year? I doubt it.
And finally.
And they lost their best pass rusher.
We're heading out. It's a wedding festivus.
And their defense was already garbage last year.
And I'm trying to look at it like it's a semi-mini vacation. So I will sneak down the hall every once in a while and say hi to you here on the Fish Report. And of course, we'll be 24 hours a day at cowboyscountry.com. So I'm taking a little breather. I and she want to sincerely thank you for what you've done.
Huh? Why?
Again, rainy day here in Frisco, Texas. Cowboys are kind of off, nothing official there, but plenty official here in the Fishbowl. I'm Mike Fisher, your trusty and trust reporter. This is where we headquarter. There is the Star. We might poke around over there a little.
This is another one from Fish. This is the Diggs and Bland trade and sign rumors and stuff. He's trying to clear up some stuff. This is a more up to date. That last video was 10 hours ago. This one's a little closer. Let's see, what was it? No, this one was 13. That last one I think was even more.
A little bit, in part to get some more answers on the latest on the Trayvon Diggs story, if there's even a story at all. Did I mention I'm Mike Fisher? Did I mention that we just hit 74,000 fish hits in combination? What? Incredible.
Shout out to Michael Fish.
75,000 right around the bend, and prizes galore.
One day maybe we'll be up there in the thousands, the 70,000s, instead of coming close to 2,000.
At 6 Tuesday night, and then starting Wednesday morning, we're going to be zippity doo-dah as my stepson, Marcia's son, Kip, is getting married. Sweet. So we'll be a little hit and miss here. We'll be all over the Cowboys, of course, at cowboyscountry.com. Cowboys are trying to get everybody to row in the right direction, in the same direction. Under Shoddy, new head coach Brian Schottenheimer, that includes everybody. That's the old guys, that's the new guys. He's had individual meetings with everybody. It also includes the rehab guys. And that group, of course, features Trayvon Diggs. Cowboys were able to grab Siobhan Revell Jr. in the 3rd round of the recent NFL draft. There are people in this building that think he's a first-round talent.
I think he's a first-round talent.
I tapped the brakes a little bit there.
I
He didn't have
don't.
a first-round grade because he too is rehabbing a knee.
He'll be back. He looks great in camp
If
so
he doesn't
far.
have the knee, there are ifs and buts and candies and nuts. If he doesn't have the knee, maybe he does get drafted higher. Of course, he might have never ended up in Carolina.
If was a fifth, Fish wouldn't be on at 6.
He might have never ended up doing anything. Same with Trayvon Diggs. If he doesn't have the first knee injury and the second knee injury, maybe they never draft Revell. Maybe we just got Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl.
Maybe we don't draft Revell for the single point that he would have been too high in the draft.
Mike Scorpio wants me to do a broadcast from the live wedding. Oh yeah, they would love it. Don't think over the course of our time I haven't at events like this, snuck down the hallway and done a video, because I have. But I'm nothing if not appropriate, usually. So here come the trade rumors.
He's got suns out,
We're
guns
trying
out.
to get rid of rumors. And we need to walk through some facts here, and I'm going to do that with you. How we doing on our... Hey, Sugar, how we doing on our connection this morning? Good gosh. Sugar, you're the producer of this show. Give me a hello. How we looking? Are we slow? Are we visual? Are we good? Yeah, please. Come on, producer. Ramon, are we looking okay? Brian C., are we looking okay? 97 million contract, as you know. That extension at the time, we do this thing about the Cowboys never, Jerry and Steven never preemptively signed. Yes, they do. They did Diggs. And they got him at the time, they got him at a great price. Some of you are saying it looks a little choppy this morning. Many of you are saying it's not. If it looks a little choppy, I'm just going to blame you. What do you say, Sugar? Oh, is it really?
What?
Unbelievable. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, the rain. So there's one outlet out there that's suggesting that the Kansas City Chiefs can be a trade partner for Diggs. And they write, Diggs won't make much of a difference, but he could help disrupt. So Diggs isn't going to make much of a difference, but the Chiefs should trade for him?
Right? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
There's a lot of goofiness going on here. There's a more serious Cowboy issue than goofy trade stuff. And it's about how to manage the cap. The cap isn't hell. It's simply a budget.
No, yeah, the cap. We're simply doing good with
That's
the
all it
cap
is.
right now. We have more cap
But
space
you
than
have to
we've had
find a
in
way
many.
to budget.
We've had more cap space this year than we've had in the recent 10 years. And we can free up even more just by getting Micah Parsons done. Getting Micah Parsons deal done. No. Play the violin because we're still waiting on that shit.
Do with Micah? What are you going to do with Bland?
Good night.
What
Love
are you
you.
going to do with Diggs? Not to mention Tyler Smith, Brandon Aubrey, etc. We're going to be specific to Bland, Micah, Diggs here. And by the way, thank you for hanging out here with us, hitting the like button and subscribing.
Y'all heard him. Hitting the like button and subscribing helps everybody over here know. What up, Warbone? That's a weird name when the Cowboys run the ball less than 30 times. Dak is. Yeah, that's what I've always said. Anytime we've had, Warbone. All right, so anytime Dak Prescott has had a running back that rushes over 100 yards, I'm pretty sure he's damn near undefeated. He's damn near undefeated anytime a running back has ran the ball over 100 yards in a game. That's why we do not want to depend on Dak Prescott to throw the ball 30, 40 times. We don't want him throwing the ball more than 20, to 25 times a game. The problem is when Dak Prescott was on the field last year, the Cowboys, for some reason, refused to run the fucking ball. Mike McCarthy didn't like running the ball. He put it all on Dak. When Dak went down, he had no choice but to run the ball. Because Cooper Rush ain't Dak Prescott.
Come on, puppy. Come on,
Facts,
puppy.
war. Facts, war, bro. Good facts out there, brother. Good facts.
Come on,
And do what we do.
I'm with you, brother.
Cowboys Country.
Man, hit that like and
Also,
subscribe button,
where
brother,
we need
man.
you.
Be a part of this. What up, Beach Girl? What's
They
good?
are
What's
working
good?
towards
Hey, Beach Girl, you're in the wrong stream. You need to go to my channel up here. You need to click the channel and then go to where the banner says. Hold on, I'll show you real quick, like really. All right, so go to the channel. If you see my green mouse, where is it?
Go upstairs, Dad.
You see my green mouse? Up here, there should be my name. Click that name. All right, dude.
He's trying to go upstairs, but I don't want him.
He's not going upstairs. Click that button. Takes you to this page. All right. If you don't see both of these live streams, hit the live banner. You need to go to this live stream. He's better than you are. he can play the position better than you can. You can't call someone trash if you can't outplay them. New rules. If you can't outplay them, you can't call them trash.
Giving Michael Parsons a lucrative extension.
Good night. Love you.
That's going to be worth $40 million. Micah has told Jerry, I would love to do 5 years. I got you.
Cause I'm gonna start hammering down on the no politics, no spam, no religion. I'm gonna start hammering back down on that.
Mike, where's my blue pillow?
That's political endorsements.
Jeremy Fowler on ESPN saying that it might be $35 million a year.
I'm not politically
Wanna
endorsing
bet?
nobody.
I
only politically endorse myself. I don't politically endorse nobody.
I'll bet you the extra 5.
Royal Rawls for president 2028. Get it right.
I'll bet you, Jeremy, the extra $5 million. That's your $5 million off.
I don't care what he's doing.
They also have to do something with Bland. They have to do something with Bland. And he has clearly usurped Diggs on the totem pole. I don't think it's disrespectful to Trayvon Diggs to say that. Bland is a more healthy, also playmaker. They're both ball hawks. They're both playmakers. That's inarguable. He's got free agency in his future. Bland does. But here's the thing, or 2 or 3 or so. Diggs is rehabbing his knee. The plan is to play in 2025. Being ready for training camp or the start of the season is almost mathematically impossible. So if Dallas wants to say goodbye to Diggs,
I ain't no liberal.
it can.
I'm a me. I don't label myself as nothing.
There will be a time to do
Classify
that
as nothing. I represent
where they
me.
save money. If I'm understanding my numbers right, if it's now,
Bubby hit you.
you eat $7 million. So would you rather have a rehabbing Diggs and hope that he can help you, because he can if he's healthy, or $7 million
And a
of cap
liberal
room?
is far from anything that I'm close to, brother. I make fun of liberals most
The
of the time.
Cowboys clearly are opting for the former. And they're not in a hurry. This is one of the reasons
I don't follow any
that
pack.
they're not in a hurry
I
here.
don't follow any
They want to
pack.
see,
I lead a
what's
pack.
going on with Diggs. They probably want to see more of the Bland.
Oh, we're getting some
But if you
slaggity
want to say
laggity.
goodbye, you do it after 2025. And then you save, I believe, $12 million. The escapability in Diggs' contract is after this year. And you get $12 million worth of room. There's this idea, this is written in this story too. Moving him now could open up room to pay Bland and Parsons. You don't need room for Micah for the millionth time. Micah presently counts between 21 and 24 million against the salary cap. When they do his new deal, that number will get reduced. The number will go down. So there's a slight benefit in cutting
If I was president, I
Diggs
would.
now, financial benefit, but a bad football.
I represent the people that follow me. I lead my herd, is what
you
I said.
You don't need to do Bland today, so you don't need to do.
I lead
you
the
don't
herd.
need
I
the
just
room
don't
today.
follow another man.
You can cut Diggs after this year, giving you $12 million worth of cap room, which you could give to Bland.
You can interpret it however you want. But if you think
And then what about the trade?
If you think Royal is a liberal, you dumb as hell.
Why don't you think about this, and I'm going to close with this. Diggs is 26. He's a two-time Pro Bowler. He's an all.
And what we need is a president that ain't gonna follow nobody. That's gonna lead. That's what I do. I don't follow nobody. I lead.
Pro. He's missed 21 games in the last 2 years, and he might miss, I'm going to say, half this season. So with all due respect, and we will continue to work on the.
I'm the type of guy that'll enjoy the journey on going the hard way just to avoid doing something because someone else does it and I don't believe in it. I'll go the hard way purposely and enjoy the journey. I see you as cattle. Texas cattle.
Technology here.
Just you, Carnage.
If
just
you can't do YouTube on your phone, me. If we can't do YouTube on a phone, I don't know what the hell to do. Rick Charlton, damage code, trade.
And you don't follow. You follow me on a social media. I meant follow me in life. You're not around me in life to follow me in life, like decisions and things that I do to make. you're around me on social media. You follow a social media presence. You don't follow my in real life presence. You're not around me. You're not in the circle that's around me. At the end, they may be the best cattle, but at the end of the day, they're still just cattle.
He's 26. He's a two-time Pro Bowler. He's an All-Pro. He's missed 21
At the end of the day, they end up on someone's dinner plate.
games. He might miss half the year. With all due respect to everybody involved, including Diggs, except for the folks who are starting these kind of rumors. Why would the Chiefs or anybody else trade for a not healthy, cross your fingers, $97 million?
What up, Dylan? What's good? What's
player?
good? Yes, we do play the Bears. I believe on the road.
CowboysCountry.com now. Fish at 6 live tonight, if the technology allows. And we'll see you then and then. Fish out.
All right, chat. So that's the videos that I was going to react to here today. The little bit of news that I heard. I can look to see if there's anything else that has come out, but I don't think so. Let me pull up the Twitter sphere. You can't end up on a dinner plate and still be a Cowboys fan. So at the end of the day, no, they're not a bigger fan than me. The only thing they're bigger than me is in a physical presence. And that's because cattle weigh like 800 pounds. I don't weigh no 5 to 800 pounds. I ain't even hit 200 pounds. Yeah, these are all fairly old. Let's go to the Dallas Cowboys. See what we may have got. Ooh, yeah, so we got some Fire Jerry hats. We got Fire Jerry hats. Support your local Fire Jerry movement. The draft steal film breakdown. Ryan Linker absolutely found a gem in Ravel. We all know this. We've watched some tape on Ravel. This dude's hilarious. We are winning the Super Bowl. What a retard. He's hilarious, though. Line up opposite Parsons. Yeah, Donovan Izaraku. I think he's going to be a stud for the Cowboys. I think he will be a stud. But yeah, I don't see anything else new. This is kind of a little bit of the quiet time with football because training camp is starting up. So there's not a whole lot going on right now with it, but I don't see anything else. So I think that's what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up there, chat. If we find something of any importance, we'll come on and we'll bring it to you, or I'll drop a short and bring it to you. Who's Scooter? Who the fuck is Scooter?
Huh?
I don't even know who Scooter is.
Pippi daughter. Pippi daughter.
When you wake up with pink eye,
Pippi daughter. Pippi daughter. Pippi daughter.
But alright, chat. Hey, y'all stay blessed.
Pippi
Y'all stay great. I'm Ryals. Man, make sure y'all treat everybody right.
daughter.
And y'all make tomorrow great on purpose. Peace.
oh, looks better. Good thing it stayed in. Yep, life moves pretty fast. If you're not using Walmart Express delivery for your prescription, you're still here? It's over. Go order something with Express delivery from Walmart.
Been sweating. Sweat can irritate your skin. Changes can be tactical. Walking into micro moisture can help, but the moisture still. Don't care. Changes everything. Free delivery. See your meat. Around your space and nurture. We bring what you need. We bring it to life.
Alright, y'all stay great. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.